Hey guys, in this series, I show you European infrastructure providers for software that you can use to build your own products, projects, or in your work. The reason is that most people only know about US infrastructure providers. They know about AWS, about OpenAI, about the recent whatever, and they don't know that there are many options, many alternatives that are purely built on European infrastructure. And today I'm going to show you here Scaleway. Scaleway is a cloud provider similar to AWS, Azure, OVH Cloud. And it's French, and they run their own infra. And what I tell you, if you use something like AWS or Google Cloud in a limited fashion, then probably Scaleway will work very well for you. If you use very like AWS native features, then probably not, or you have to rebuild it. But we found them, first of all, because they have strong GPU instances that you can rent. So with many other, this was the wrong button here, with many other providers, the issue is that they, for example, don't give you H100s to rent per hour in Europe. But in Scaleway, we could find this. So we could actually use this for our work, for customer work. The other things that they have, this Karte instance, is they have bare metal instances that you can run. We run our servers via Hetzner, so we don't use Scaleway for this. But we do use, for example, the object storage. So here now in the showcase project that I just created for the video, we don't have anything. But here you can just create S3 compatible S3 buckets and use them. And for example, what we do in TentroChat is we back up the data through the S3 buckets. We use a software called Duplicati that we run ourselves. And then we just save the encrypted backups on an S3 bucket here on Scaleway. And what we did is what we, for example, for TentroChat, we enabled bucket versioning. So, and then in the policy of the bucket, we disallowed the API key from the server where TentroChat is running and the backup is happening, that they cannot delete the backup versions. That means if at any point an attacker overtakes the whole server and gets the API key of Scaleway, they cannot delete everything. We will always have a backed up version, which is great, and which we had to set up with the policies. So S3 buckets. What they also have is a lot of other things, such as networking. If you use this, you can run I shouldn't open and close it immediately, no, otherwise everybody will get confused. Containers, you have a container registry, you have stuff like functions and jobs. We tried the jobs and we found that they are not that reliable. So that was the only thing that I would say that was a weird experience. They have a lot of hosted databases, which we never use because we run them typically on our own servers. They have generative APIs. Let's check out which ones they have. Because in the past, the problem was here that they often had outdated models or models with very small context windows so that we couldn't really use it. For example, here we have Qwen 3.5. This is actually very good. This is new, very lovely. Let's check out what's the context window. Can we find it somehow? Max output tokens. Okay, we would have to check. But for example, if this has a big context window, then this would be actually a very good model that you could get via Scaleway. But oftentimes in the past, Scaleway provided models that had like a context window of 16,000 tokens, which, well, in production, it's far too small if you can get something that has 200. And then they also have obviously ClickHouse, Spark, and other stuff. You can also buy your domains there and also host your, WordPress sites or others there. Something that we looked a lot into were the transactional emails of Scaleway, because we were looking for a truly European transactional email provider, but they don't allow or they don't support sending marketing emails. So that's why we went with Lettermint, which I make another short video about. Overall, you also have an IAM manager, just as you know, from AWS, from Google Cloud or some other. So overall, it's a very solid option. They have competitive prices. And I would really suggest you try out Scaleway. It's much easier to use than all the big hyperscalers, and it offers a lot of the same things. Scaleway.com, check it out.